For real, this time.
Come on, come on! And stay down! Tech support with extreme prejudice.
What's up, Outlaws, boys and girls? The Lotus is here with another news update. So I owe you as much of a fresh video as I owe you all an explanation for the last couple weeks' absence. To issue any rants, mental health is a bitch, to make a long story short. Another one is not only did my PC need a visit with the tech doctor, but my PlayStation 4 did as well. So in the absence of a capture card, and PC for a capture card, that made streaming last weekend particularly difficult. This weekend, however, I'm back with a vengeance, as you saw on this past Tuesday, and stuff I had done last week as well. With streams on both Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're turning out pretty entertaining. Real life permitting, I'm going to try and maintain this schedule until I return to day shift work schedule in the fall. Maybe sooner, we'll see. So right now, Destiny 2's Season of Arrivals is in full swing, and I gotta say, I really think the game has rediscovered its soul. I'd say my only complaint with this season is the removal of skill-based matchmaking in the common PvP lobbies, which has resulted in a bit of experience whiplash, where you can go from a cake match against a bunch of potatoes to a full clan pre-made in the next. This jarring experience isn't exactly fun, and while the knee-jerk reaction is to ask for skill-based matchmaking to return, I feel that sufficient lessons have been learned in the survival playlist that a solo queue enforced freelancer matchmaking system might be in order for the other playlists. Still, PvP matchmaking being the sole flaw, which it now shares in common with most FPS games, if we're being honest, in this season's pretty dope. I mean, really, this season is not too bad. Narrative-wise, it's pretty friggin' great. And speaking of great, Star Wars Galaxies, Legends, Remembrance Day, Empire Day is kicked off, and it's coming with a slew of new rewards, some new highly customizable cosmetics to 2 very unique guild halls, and they're going to be unlike anything y'all have ever seen before. So, while Legends might only be 4 years old, Star Wars Galaxies itself turned 17 on the 26th of June. 17 years and still going, y'all. And with thousands of players logged in simultaneously on SWG Legends, by the way, we're just shy of 2,000. Come on, we're right there. But with that many people logged on simultaneously in Legends, it takes little else to show how devoted this dev team and the players that support them rally to this rare, genuine Star Wars sandbox. For my part, I've restored a lot of my previously glitched out programs that have precluded my audio-visual enhancement work on the game from advancing. So I've resumed my work on ILM, and there'll be a fresh look at it pretty soon. I'm trying to get something out this weekend. Obviously, time permitting. I'm trying to sell a house after all, so we'll see how that all pans out. And as you might have seen on my most recent stream, Star Trek Online's Red Angel content has kicked off, and there will be many more streams of that to come. Probably going to do one tonight. On the horizon, Cyberpunk 2077 might have been delayed till November, but I'm honestly surprised that it hasn't been delayed longer due to the nature of COVID isolation for many development studios. As a tabletop gamer, I can't stress enough how excited I am for this game. With Blade Runner being among my favorite movies and Deus Ex among my favorite games, it should be pretty obvious that I'm mega hyped for this cyberpunk genre to make a big comeback. And also on the horizon, we have the new Xbox and the PS5 expected to drop in stores this holiday season. And since I know a lot of PlayStation loyalists watch this channel, I wanted to clear up a few things. Sony has yet to officially announce a price for the consoles. Yes, I use plural. Wait one. But analysts expect it to be around $500 to be the norm. You may or may not also be aware that there is a version with a disk drive, and that one is all digital. I would hazard a guess that it's the digital PS5 that's going to hit the $500 mark, and the drive featuring one, since we're talking about adding hardware here, will land somewhere $50 to $80 north of that. So consider all the pros and cons of having a disk drive versus not, and whether that extra cheddar is worth shaving off your wallet for the novelty of a few extra cases on your shelf. I'm a collector, so I kind of like that. And another topic in the air that we got to talk about is that of some of the toxic, sexual, and other negative behaviors by some high-profile streamers on Twitch and other platforms. A few very high-profile streamers in their Discord communities were recently outed. One of my favorite YouTubers, Aztec Cross, more eloquently covered it than I will be able to, so I've posted a link to his video in the description below. Oh, and this just in. Word's making the rounds that Byron Reckfold Bernstein of World of Warcraft fame has passed away by apparent suicide. For those learning about this for the first time, it's probably best that you pay your respects via means other than Twitter, as some folks are saying some pretty fucking shitty things towards his last tweet, things that I feel that should be a crime in this country. Some of them are from fellow World of Warcraft players and remain largely the reason why I have no intention of ever returning to that community. Between Activision Blizzard's bed sharing with Chinese nationalism, banning Hearthstone players over the opinions of a spouse former Blizz employee, and the same toxic community that shows its ass every time I return to WoW, Blizzard can fuck right off until it shows radical change in direction. And there better not be a single employee at Blizzard that enabled the incessant trolling and suicide encouragement by folks like Cunt Goblin and Desirable, or so help me, I'll plaster every screenshot I grabbed on my phone of Reckful's last Twitter feed all over Blizzard's Twitter page until they take an active stance against toxic behavior that is clearly still a problem in their games. Change is in the air across the country, and folks are no longer laying down and accepting bullshit, being it from streamers, content creators, game developers, or bosses. It's good to see people come forward with the courage to stand and fight for what's right, and I hope it's a sign of great many things to come. And it's good to see people calling out the heads of Activision Blizzard on the conditions at their jobs. It's good to see IGN called out for their shitty journalism. It's good to see Say No to Rage and CBMM called out for their indiscretions during their climb through Twitch's ranks. It's not good to see people supporting their denial of evidence-backed allegations, however. And it's really not good to see this toxic white masculinity defending this pile of horse shit on the internet. But in the effort to keep my own sanity in check, I'm going to leave this topic at that until these stories develop a little further. Whew, had to get that off my chest, y'all. There are other videos yet to come this week as we get closer to celebrating our nation's birthday, and there will be a few additional streams to enjoy as well. So stay tuned for more, and as always, feel free to offer suggestions for topics you want covered, but let this most recent paragraph title topic that I just ranted about, let that kind of sit for a bit, alright? People need to cool off, myself included, and we'll come back to this. So if you have any suggestions for any other topics, lay them on me, let me know. Until then, keep quick drawing and slack jawing. Catch y'all next time.